on the inside side. Ooh, that was a little abrupt. Again, you needed a couple half halts. Makes it a little less mechanical and a lot more athletic. Walk on. Forward, let the head down. Yeah, good. Good. The neck went longer, eh? Started down and then it went, walk on, walk on. That's a good boy. And walk on. Good boy. Hands together. Good boy. There we go. Bring him up. Bring him up. Good boy. And he changed, didn't he? Came together nicely.
Trot.
Good boy. Remember, that's a quarter line. And think of really, really straight. If you don't lengthen. Bend. Good boy. Steady, steady. Ooh. Apple, apple. Ooh. Good boy. You hold 3 to 5, I think? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Cut. You don't need to stay. Just stop for a moment. Good boy. And I think you do have to walk up a little bit till you get back to center line. Because at intermediate 7 you don't, but in this one you do. Yeah, if you don't turn the neck more than the body. Good. Good. Bring your hand back through the elbow, not back across your stomach. Whoa, that wasn't... he dove that one. Careful. Turn, bend. Yeah, good. 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 See, that was really smooth. Now very straight to the rail. And now make your loop. There we go. Much better. And he didn't snap and pop. Right on. Half halt, whoop. There. Nice halt, huh? When you do the 3 little half halts, he just sits and stops. But it gives him time to plant his feet so he doesn't end up halting. Because he's square. And you notice he's holding it because you gave him the half halt. He had time to rearrange his parts. Good boy. So I see a definite difference in your collection. And we'll let him walk a second, then we'll go work on just the transition in and out collection and stuff. Good boy. That was much smoother the second time. It's pretty hard fitting it in here, but you do a good job. So when you, in the very beginning, when you come down to make the turn from B across, think of it as a turn from B to E rather than B to X. You're gonna start your turn at X, but think of it as a turn from B to E so it lines up correctly. Because I don't know how well B and E actually line up. Well, I think they line up okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah, they should be. But you look like you're related to the end of the mirror, not the middle of the mirror. In a bigger space, it's easy. I think, are we going to do dressage outside one of these days? When we're doing practice tests somewhere along the line, I think. We can do it outside in a big space. I think tomorrow it's not supposed to rain, but who knows? When I left home yesterday morning, it was 32 and snowing. It was horrible. We were going up, we wiggled through the bushes quite a while. Then we got to the interstate, and my car went on the bridge, and Wilson says, bridge freezes before road. Yeah, you be careful going home. He said it stopped after he got home. We weren't ready for snow yet. Good boy. It's working, Trot. Let's kind of play on the rail and work on the transitions in and out of the gears. Good boy. Remember, don't let the neck be more bendy than the body. The good news is he's gotten very bendy, and the bad news is he abuses it. Come on, you. See the head come up? So you got to use your little half halts there. Ah, better. If the head swings, the half halt's too strong.
Okay.
Yeah, good. So it's supposed to look, so that's working. So let's an A down there come to collect it. So have a forward enough working so I can tell the difference. And collect. Come. Too much, too hard. He got hollow back and broke his gait. Go back to working. Good boy. Nice transition out, huh? Neck went out, horse went forward. So try it here at C. But do it more tweaky.
Come try.
Better. But we're still getting resistance in the head and working. Good boy. Resistance in the head is going to cost you. So do it. Try one hand or the other. And think about just suggesting that he's shortened. Better. Kept his rhythm, but he got very short and dinky. Good boy. The transition out he does very well. So just bring it slower. Okay, better. So you don't want to think of it as slowing him from the front. You want to think of it as keeping your hand where it is and bringing him up there. That's better. And bring him up from behind and go trotting. Trot. Good boy. I tell my horse, up, because I want him to come up and high. And again, go collected. Yup. Better. You got the head, eh? That's what we have to get, is the head come round. Because the head come round, that neck come up and round, is part of the project. But you can't pull the head up, because it all goes to hell. Because if you pull the head up, he starts to pace. Good boy. Now you got his hocks moving. So don't do A and C, just do it at some random place. Come collected. There, good. And change direction, stay collected. Stay collected. Good. Yep. One of you gives you, draw to you. There. Yeah. And working. Good boy. Getting better as you go. But it takes about 52 transitions.
Yeah.
Wiggle the nose. There, yeah, better. And it doesn't really slow down a whole lot as it compresses and goes up. There, you got it. Do you feel a difference now? Yeah, much better. Good boy. And notice how nicely he went out, because he had something to open. If they don't go out, that means there's no... Come. Careful with it. So when you use your arm instead of this, use the elbow back. Elbow back. You won't fight the elbow back. And when you pull your arm up, that was close. Well, you missed. I had an old professor in college who used to say, a miss is good as a mile, but for Christ's sake, missed. Good boy. You know what it's doing? It's really improving your working trot, because his hocks are busy now. So what we have to do is figure out what aid for you to use to get him to come high and round without getting too tight. Because if you get too tight, he starts to pace. The hind end quits. What we're trying to do is send the back end up to the front end, not pull the front end back to the back end. But he's very tolerant of it. You went stop, go, and he said, I heard you. Boy. And I find I have to do a lot of that practice. The other thing I'll do is I'll come around and collect an A or C and make a 20-meter circle.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a purpose for the collect. And then after I got done with my 20-meter circle, I go back to working, go out around the ring. So I throw in various things at collection. Good boy. Very obedient, isn't he? Mind him the neck straight. He gets his neck bending because it's an easy way to get away from pressure. There. You come collect. Better, and make a 20-meter circle. Good. So it's not really slower, it's higher and rounder. Yeah, that was a good place for the whip because he was bulging out, wasn't he? Good. There, and his hind legs are coming under. That looks like, see, when you make a whole figure out of it, he kind of adjusts to it. And he got rounder and better. And then go working, straighten the head. Keep reminding about a straight head. And it's all a little more So not so much snap at him, a little more hold at him. Good boy. Do it again down there. Yeah, come up. Yeah, good boy. Careful. Yeah, good. Don't bend the neck too much. Yeah, better. Good. Yeah, good boy. So I don't want to have your arms catch my eye with the pressure in them. That's it. And working. Yeah. And make a turn from E to B. Nice square turn. Ooh, that was too rough. Go to B. So he's got to learn to close that square turn. He has his own ideas. And the ring is the world is full of square turns. So he's got to, like when your test starts, that square turn at C and the square turn on the corner letter, they're judging. That was better. Now straighten, 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 straight, 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 bend. Ah, much better. If you don't straighten, he's still on the bias from the previous turn, and then he starts whining at you. Good boy. So make a square out of him, follow it. Now straighten. Yeah, good. Careful with that left hand. He just made a big yank downward, I don't know why. Something you were trying to do. We'll make the collection here at C and make the circle. Come on, lad. Come. There, good boy. I saw him sit and lift. That's what we're after, is sit and lift. Good. Careful. I see his mouth open and his neck brace. I know your hand got to you. Good. Good. There. And he just let go and came underneath himself. That's very nice. Very nice. And let's see go working. That's right.
A trot. Good boy.
It really is improving his working trot. Didn't get much bend there. Come up, up, up. Yeah, good, good. Good, careful. Sit up. I can tell when you get thinking too hard because you get tense. Then he whines. Good. Come. Come. More power. There. Good. It's got to even have the power of the working trot, just shorter. Good boy. Working. Good. And then lengthen down this side. Lengthen. Good boy. And working. And then collect. Good circle. Careful with the hands. Come. Middle of his jaw so his nose stays down. There we go. It makes all the difference when he gives you the neck. That's nice. Careful. Yep. Good. 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 I can see his back working. It's just got like a strong puppet-like rhythm. And working. And we'll lengthen the long side. Spot on. And you can always push on his belly if he doesn't like. I'm working. We'll go and don't collect. Just come around the corner and lengthen. And make it very smooth. Turn and lengthen. Trot on. Good. And the next one we'll do across the diagonal. Working. Ooh. Good boy. Get a little bend. I don't have one right now. Come across the diagonal. Straighten. Trot on. Better. Working. Not much bend. And collect it. See? Collect it, A. Come up. Yep. Good. Good. I saw him lift. Big difference. Make your circle. Good. Good. Very nice. You want the power of the working, but you've shortened it. Doing pretty good, too, because it's been working a while. Good boy. Working at A. Good boy. And lengthen on the long side. Trot on. Straight the neck. Good. And you can walk it down. And walk. Walk. I'll be glad to let him stretch. So that's pretty, now you can see the difference in the three trots, can't you?
Yeah.
And about half of each collection, he gets really fancy, It just takes him a minute to get it, which is why I'm doing it over and over and over. And he's showing you a really difference between 3 different frames and 3 different gaits. And he's very willing about it. Too much, yep. And you lose the dance. And the idea is not to lose the dance. It's to shorten the package and get that nice puppet-like trot where it goes bing, 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 bing. If you hold him too much, his hind feet stick to the ground and he starts doing the funky chicken. And he does the funky chicken. And it doesn't make it. And we have an old friend that actually was reserve national champion single horse one year with a standardbred mare. And he held her too much. She funky chickened so bad the leg came up like that to the outside because she without being able to use her whole stride, she couldn't function. So her collection was like this, like she was saluting Hitler. But now he's keeping his legs under him, working them. And he's learned it really fast. Too much hand won't work. And if your hand gets snappy, he says, man, he bothered me.
Yeah.
He tells on you every time.
Yeah.
He doesn't let you get away with things. He's doing really well. The more you remind him to keep his neck straight, the better it goes. Because every time he thinks he might want to resist a little bit, he pops his neck somewhere through his shoulder, because that way he takes the pressure off from one side. He's always working it, getting it his way. I don't know why I have a drill and a wad of baling twine here. Let him catch his breath, we'll play some more. It's coming fast. It's neat when you can reel them in and let them out, reel them in and let them out. And he goes to any one of the gears interchangeably. Next I'm going to have him go from length into collection. I think he'll do it. As long as you don't stop him too much. When you stop him too much, he makes it real clear what happened. He just about paces. And he's not a horse that has a lot of pace. Well, some Morgans have paciness built in, but he doesn't. I would love to know what he is, but I don't. I'm sure there's some fly hawk in there.
Yeah, that's what Suzanne Avery said.
Yeah.
Is that because of the wall inside?
The big Ricci trot. Yeah, the big Ricci trot is very, very, and his body type is very one with fly hawk. And actually, the brain. Some of them are squirrely, but the good ones are like him. They just go ahead, show me, show me, show me. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. And we assume he's a Midwest horse, so there were lots of those here. He's a very classic type. Wish I could find more of them. I could sell them every week. But he's pretty special because you knew nothing when you started, and now you can win preliminary dressage, and it takes 2 of you. Everybody has to agree. Woody. Hey, stay. Sit and stay. I know, it's that kind of weather. Everybody up home has a cold. The October plague. Wilson says, I can't have a cold, I have a flu shot. I said, well, it doesn't help if it's not the flu. Just some international bug. Good boy. It was amazing how that one halt on the center line was when you did your 3 little half halts. He looked at me and said, I got that. Stopped us as square as could be and could hold it all day. Like a fool. Funny boy. He's very good to the voice, too. Like whatever you say, he does. Not every voice do that. They'll go, yeah, you bother me. But they don't necessarily dance. He's good in Adjers and Combs, isn't he?
Yeah.
I thought so. Good, and he's fast. Even there, the smoother your rain aid, the better.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm getting Combs and
Yeah, you get all jerky, and then he's like, I'm going to give you the funky chicken. And it's because your mind is quick. But there has to be a disconnect between your mind and your hand. Because he's quick, too. So if you get jerky, he gets quirky. Jerky and Quickie come together. All right, bud, let's talk. Good boy. I think he actually likes his job. There's his neck crooked. So bend is more than the neck. Bend is the whole body. And sometimes he finds it inconvenient. Right, buddy? So we'll lengthen on the next long side, and then we'll collect when we get to the corner. See if we can go from length to collect. It doesn't mean you pull harder. This means you kind of shape him up. What is your problem? Lions and tigers and bears? Right on. Good. So little half falls. Tweak, 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 tweak. But yeah, there. Not too much bend in the neck. Good. And lengthen. Trot on. Ah. See how well he came out of there? You got a better and collected. Tweak the nose down. Just tweak. Yeah, good boy. Come on. Didn't get any funky chicken. He actually sat and collected. Good boy. So you got to not raise the neck. He'll raise it himself. Trot on. Good boy. He'll raise his own neck. Don't try to pull it up. Relax. Yeah. Much better, huh? He got the neck position without you pulling it up. You getting ticklish, buddy? Well, he has reason to be. Trot on. Very nice. See how long you can go? Then just tack it back up. Whoop, whoop. Come. Tweak the nose a little. Tweak the nose down. Don't stop him. Just tweak it. Come on. Oh, you got to poop now. Because I can't dance and do that. That is a valid problem. Trot on. Good. I like the way that the length is coming. I just think about shortening very gently. Yeah. You had to have seen the hind feet creep up underneath him that time. His butt lifted, his back lifted. He ran his hind legs up underneath him. And trot on. And then he opens, and look how big your lengthen is. Bring it back. Yeah, that's right. Don't stop his face, bring the hind legs up. Good. Come across the diagonal with a lengthen. Careful where you turn his head. Good. Good boy. And come back. Yeah, make it tweakies, not hold. Ah, good boy. He softens his jaw, and all is well. Good boy, and trot on. Ah. And clap. Come on. A little bit in the nose. Get the nose. There. Come on, Ed. Come on. Don't stop the hind legs. Trot on. I think you might be getting tired. But once more, make the collection. Gently. There. Yeah. Before he got resisting, you had him. Very good. Let him lengthen much more, and we'll let him quit. Good boy. So before he got resisting, you had it done. Excellent. And make a halt at A. But half halt, and whoop. He says, I got that. All right, he can walk. Good boy. Probably that's enough for him. We've worked him. We haven't exactly given him a lot of vacation. But he's really getting it. The change. And a couple times when he didn't give you any resistance, you got his hind legs to run up underneath him before he started to resist, and his hind legs pushed his head down. That's the ideal. I read a little quote from Boyd Excel. It said, some people say you pull the horse to collection, that'll never work. Some people say you push him into collection, but that doesn't work either. You create the optimum speed and allow him to collect. And that's what you got when you got those really big sits. You allowed him to do it. The nice thing is you don't have to force him to do much anymore. He does it. How old is he, 15? Oh, wow. He's such a tough thing, like you can't kill him with a bomb. And he really didn't know a whole lot when you got him. He was nicely drivable, but that was about it. He's a classic example of properly driven, properly cared for. Peculiar conformation's not an issue. Those front legs are a little strange, but he seems sound right front now, too. Oh, I don't see the right front unsoundness anymore.
Swing,
Good boy.
swing.
Good boy. Good boy. He says, now I'm gonna put you on hitch. That's how draft horses turn. Buddy, you driving again this weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the plan, although we've got family here this weekend, so
Ah.
I'm not sure.
So you might be required to attend.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he did really well today. He acts like he's used to you giving him a cookie, but I bet he's not. Oh, the wheel on the side turns it off.
I got it.
That saves it for the next victim.
Get you out of here first.
Family has a lot of nerve to come when I'm here. Won't be back till April now. I must admit, when it's snowing when I start my day, I think, oh, the end is near. Particularly when we're sliding on one bridge. Will says, oh yeah, bridge freezes before road. Don't forget your kicking strap. Or you just leave it done up, okay? That works. Good boy. He certainly has fabulous manners. Is he going back out in his paddock?
Yeah.
Does he have a cooler he could wear for a little bit?
Yeah.
And he's warm.
Yep, he's a little
We don't want to chill the precious body.
Thanks, Robin.
You're welcome. Look a long ways to ever find one like him again.
I ran out of juice, but I've got that blue thing hanging, that'll work for
Ah.
a little bit. But I have a backup, I brought my other, machines.
It's a good thing you come and record for everybody.
I like to do it for people I like.
Yeah,